I love to crack my toes as a form of self-care.
Oh my god.
So when we have many more of these weird and wacky self-care routines. So why don't you
Take it
from
from us.
Okay, wait, that was absolutely shit. Wait. We have many more of these weird and wacky self-care routines. So why don't you take it from us? Do 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 do.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't expect the last note.
Yeah, nailed the music.
Okay. Should we even talk about your intro? I kind of want to just not talk about it, but like.
No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go in depth.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
It's okay.
let's go in depth.
I think.
Okay.
Silence.
Watch as this video starts to get more dislikes, right? The more dislikes than likes and comments combined. Wow,
Wait. So why is that your self-care habit?
why is that my self-care habit? I don't know. It's a form of stress relief. It's like, when you crack your muscles. Whoa.
Okay, that's-
if you crack your muscles, I think that's not relieving
Might
at
need
all.
to go to the hospital.
Yeah, I-N-E. Okay, it's just not a very good day for my speech today.
Good morning
Yeah,
indeed.
good morning.
Okay.
But
But why do you crack your toes?
I like-
It's a form of self-care.
Yeah.
That's a crazy sentence. I never thought I'd ever say that, but okay.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, it's just like, it's like cracking my knuckles,
Okay.
but they're on my feet, you know?
Okay.
So it's just a different place. Like some people crack their knees, crack their backs. Yeah.
But this
so,
is your form of self-care. So like
Yeah. So,
So-
like when I'm
so,
stressed after
yeah.
a long day, right, and
Like-
I just need like some like way to unwind. Other people go for walks. Some
Yeah.
people like, I don't know, hot girl walks are a thing. Hot girl run is a thing.
yes.
Mine is a hot boy crack.
Hot boy. Okay.
Hot boy crack.
Trademark it. I
Yeah.
think you might be the only one who uses it though.
Yeah. See, so it's unique.
Okay, it's unique
It's
to
my
you.
form of self-care.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's dive into this whole ish about self-care.
Sure.
So we clearly have certain routines that help us with
Yes.
self-care.
Yes.
Like what is there anything else that you do aside from
Aside from this.
that? I'm not even gonna
Don't
just
acknowledge
that,
it.
yeah.
Just that. I love to drink, but not the alcohol form. Misha.
Oh, you clickbaity. Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just one
I
sentence
see
after
that.
another.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I love Misha.
Yeah.
My go-to drink
Yes.
is a full cup of passion fruit. But
I didn't know you were such a Misha fan. By the way,
I know, right?
Like
The
this
song
has
got to me.
never
I
been.
love you, you love me, and it's like
You were
there-
like,
I saw this
wow.
whole TikTok right where the guy like memorized the entire song of Misha.
So is
and he
that guy
just sang
you?
it. Eventually, yeah, he will have competition in the future.
Oh, shucks.
Uh,
Okay.
But yeah, and I always order that same drink each time that I go.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
okay.
I find that like bubble tea has always been my form of self care. Like a good cup
Oh.
of bubble tea is all I need to like turn a bad day great.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay. But so
so-
now it's switched to the Misha
To
version.
passion fruit, yeah.
Okay.
To that passion fruit drink.
So do you only drink it when you are feeling down in the dumps type of vibe?
When
So
I'm
it's
down in
like-
the dumps, when I'm stressed, when I'm anxious, when
Okay.
I've just had a long day, I'm tired. Yeah.
Okay, so it's never a happy moment and you turn.
Oh yeah, I mean like to celebrate then yeah lah, but
Okay,
I
okay.
will do that as well. Yeah, I'll use that as a form of like just to make myself happier. Maybe not happy, but happier.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, fair enough.
So,
Okay, so-
that's one. Another thing that I like to do is have a really nice long shower.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%
Yeah,
get that. Yes.
yeah. Like just crank the heat up to almost the max.
Oh, okay.
And just like lay there. When the hot water hits my back, like
Yeah.
and because like I have a very strong shower head.
The jet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the jet. So it's like when it's just like bam.
Oh my gosh.
Then I'm like,
Yes.
is the equivalent of someone like punching my back in the spa.
Oh my
Okay,
god! But you know what? I think that's a
Yeah.
very common. Like I know, quite a few of my friends is also like we all
Mm-hmm.
agree. It's like sometimes you just need like a long shower. Like okay, water Wally and all, like save water. But like sometimes I just gotta like, I'm so sorry, Wally. Just give me a minute, okay? Like give me 5 extra minutes and like let me soak in like everything quite literally, you know? Yeah. But I completely get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
so
long
like
showers.
a really good scrub down and then like I don't know, a half an hour shower and then after that come out and you just lace on the
Okay,
bed.
yeah.
I love to. Some people like watching movies. My comfort when it comes to a self-care day is in the form of right now comedy, watching comedy, stand-up comedy.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you have a
spec-
favorite?
I do. His name is there are two. Gabriel Iglesias.
Oh yes, Fluffy. Yeah.
You know!
Girl,
Oh
I've
my
been
God.
watching him since I was like 10.
Okay,
No
okay,
joke.
it's not a competition,
Oh, okay.
but-
Sorry.
yeah, okay.
Okay, cut it out.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so glad it. You love it.
Okay, I have a few comfort shows. I think like to dive a little bit deeper into my watch history. Jeff Dunham, Gabriel Iglesias, that's a stand-up comedy side of the house. When you go into series, B99,
Okay.
House,
Okay.
these are my two
yeah.
favorite
House is good.
series.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
these two, and then the last thing that I watch on repeat, on top of Tifu, is yeah, for necessity, you know,
Yeah, of
not
course,
not
of
yeah,
course.
not for enjoyment. But
Up the view count a bit.
for what I watch on repeat are cheerleading videos by this. No, but by this one guy.
DCC.
Huh?
Cheerleading.
Yeah, cheerleading.
Like
Like YMT. Okay, no.
like
it's
Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Oh no.
Okay,
Not that
like
serious.
Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was.
No.
Are you not?
I have not
How
watched
can you
it.
say you are a okay? No,
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 I'm
you
not a
explain first,
cheerleading
explain first.
fan. I support this one cheerleading content creator by the name of Daniel Bayeski. If you're watching, hi.
Okay.
But he does like his own cheerleading content.
Yeah.
With his friends. They just create wild cheerleading stunts. So he has stuff like they will go like has a full the beast. And
Yeah.
yeah, so stuff like that. So I like to watch like all this kind of like active content on top of climbing,
okay.
etc. etc.
Maybe because you're an outdoorsy person, so like
Ish,
it's
yeah.
kind of like okay.
It's
I
right
don't
up
know,
my alley,
like,
It's
stunt.
exercise basically.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And it's like how wacky can the exercises go?
Wait,
Can
you
they do it?
should watch like cheerlead if you're into it. You should watch like cheerleading shows, like DCC.
Like that, yeah, DCC,
This is
okay.
recent on Netflix, but I used to watch a lot. It's on Awesomeness TV when you're super
Nice.
young. It's on YouTube.
Brilliant name.
Yeah, no, it really is. But it's on YouTube. There's like I think there's so many. Okay, I don't remember how many, but there's a lot of seasons of like cheerleading shows that are just on it. Gabby Butler, I don't know if you know her, very famous cheerleader. Oh, but
Okay.
she became a star because of that show, and now she's like, yeah.
Yes and no. That's not mainly, but she's like a fan favorite. Wait, Gabby Butler, like GABI. Yeah, she features on Daniel Bayeski's videos also.
I don't have a full self-care day. I just have self-care moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like after long days, you know, just those few moments are enough to pick me up. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
so that's my form of self-care, as far as I can think. What are your forms of self-care?
Okay, see, it's interesting that you asked me this because when you also first like told me this idea,
Yep.
I have to be honest, I don't think I really have like full-on self-care routines. I just do shit that makes me happy. Yeah.
Real.
As in,
Real.
it's more of like if I'm stressed or I'm upset or whatever, I will go through it 100%. Will I cry? Most likely. I'm a cancer girly. So always crying, always a crybaby. Cue Melanie Martinez. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, when you talk about self-care routines, not a
Yeah.
routine. It's just maybe there's certain things that I do. I live close by to the beach, so sometimes I walk there. Or like nowadays, I've been cycling with my brother as well. So sometimes, I mean,
Oh,
not
what a
self-care, but
flex.
it's just something that we do.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just a good like break from like like the screen or like anything. Just like
Yeah,
okay, let me
yeah.
just go outside. Just don't really think about stuff and just go outside. I feel like I would say reading, but at the same time, I don't think I turn to it necessarily when I'm like sad. But it's
Yeah.
just like I do it often enough that it's just part of my day. Yeah. So sometimes it just helps me feel a little bit better. But other than that, I would say self-care to me is more of just taking time for me to process my own emotions. Yeah.
So that time means like you don't do anything at all. Like you just
No, not really though. Like it's more of like I reflect on like whatever shit that happened. Yeah, I need that time to reflect. So whether it's I've been trying to start journaling more.
Ooh,
So like I have
okay.
no, like I have a book where it's like it's a blue polka dotted book.
Wow,
And
okay.
it's like no, it's just full of like anytime when I feel whatever, I will like just dump it there and I'll just write everything out. Yeah, not a habit. I've been trying to get into the habit, but girl, it's just not my thing yet. Like I'm not the everyday journaler type of person, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do that, and then so that book is just full of I guess my angry thoughts and feelings and shit like that. Yeah. But then at least if I have my space to reflect and go through it, then I usually come out at peace or a bit more like okay, there's some logic to some things, or here's what I actually feel about other things. I just distill certain parts of my brain because a lot of shit going up in there, you know what I mean?
You need to compartmentalize everything.
Because I
right?
overthink as well. So sometimes when I write it out, then it doesn't feel as like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I am
Worrying. Yeah.
overthinking. Or like, yeah, maybe like this is too much of a stretch. When you write it out and you look back, you're like, shit, that's kind of crazy. You're like, you know what? You're delusional. Yeah. So it's like self-checking myself,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like I'm
yeah.
my own therapist.
Yeah.
Like, but because I can't talk to myself, right? So I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
write it
yeah,
out
yeah.
instead. Yeah.
Well, you could. You just set out a mirror and then
It's
just start
okay.
talking.
That's my form of, I guess, self-care. But okay, I think like something I wanted to share as well is I think it's also hard for me to like fully just devote a day to myself for self-care. Like I think as a person, I'm very wired to be very busy, or
Yep.
or I enjoy that feeling of being busy, and I can't maybe it's because social media and whatnot, I can't like sit still. And I've been trying to train myself to like be at peace and like it's okay, like things come when they come, that sort of thing. Like, but there's a whole other topic we can talk about. But just the
Yeah.
idea of like being with yourself has been something that I think over the past year I've been trying to inculcate a little bit more, trying to learn how to do that more. And like, wow, it's tough.
It's tough, lah. It's
Yeah,
tough to
it's
just,
tough
like,
for
let
me
go,
to,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. And just for me to like, okay, like really not do anything. And when I'm not doing anything, I feel like, oh, I want to pick up my phone. I want to like think of the next maybe like TikTok video I want to create, or like, oh, like what's going on in this space right now, like that sort of thing. So that's why when I say self-care, I don't really use that word. Yeah, I don't really think it's self-care. I think it's more of just like, I'm just going through my day and like shit happens. Yeah.
I fully resonate with that because
Okay.
I'm also the same person, maybe not as busy nor as productive as you, I feel.
No.
But I feel like I understand the feeling of what it's like to just not have anything to do for once. You just
Yeah,
feel so
yeah.
lost. You like,
Yeah.
And then like you want to find things to fill the time that hopefully are as meaningful or as fulfilling as if you were actually busy. And
But you know, like when you do self-care, people say it's all about like having your me time to
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Doing like what makes you happy, or like what energizes you,
Mm-hmm,
that sort of thing. So then I was thinking, like, is it really like, could it not just be considered self-care if, let's say, I like edit videos? Like, is that not considered a form of self-care? Like,
it
you know what I
could,
mean?
because
Yeah.
that is what brings joy to you. Like it might be tiresome for others,
Yeah.
but if it's fulfilling to you, if
Yeah.
it makes you happy, if it makes you feel at ease,
Yeah.
then but if you start stressing out while editing videos,
That's-
then you're kind of negating
It's a
what
circle,
self-care is.
yeah.
Yeah. Then you're like perpetuating otherwise a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Because I mean, I think when you think of self-care, people always think of like facials and like
Yeah.
like we
Spa.
chill, yeah, that sort of thing. But I guess yeah, it's a dangerous line between self-care of like being I don't want to say destructive, but yeah, that line of like what exactly is self-care to each person.
Yeah. I mean, I'm reflecting on other forms of self-care that I have. Climbing is one of them. But like
'Cause you're
to
an outdoors
yeah,
person,
yeah. So to me, that's relaxing because I like exercising, right?
No, to each their own. I mean, that's the point of self-care. It's for
Yeah.
yourself.
Self, correct.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like your care or like team care, right? It's self-care. Like read
You
the
care?
word.
No,
yeah,
we care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I care. Okay, but I mean, obviously, self-care is super important.
But do you
and
think, like, even though self-care is important, do you think you could go a day without? Like, you could,
Self-care?
like, do you think how long a stretch do you think you could go without?
Wait, the more I say the word self-care, the more funny it sounds in my mouth.
No, that's
like
a
self-care.
Fun
okay.
fact. Fun
Yeah,
fact.
okay.
Jamai vu.
Oh,
Yeah. Jamai vu.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Gemma Vu. And I was like, who is Gemma Vu? I
Okay,
know
look,
Gemma Chan.
I'm not enunciating that badly.
No. Okay. That's on me. I didn't listen. How long could I go without? See, wow, you're putting me on the spot there. I don't think I've ever I thought about that, and like genuinely, like I don't think I measure like, oh, I need to have a self-care. Like it doesn't occur to me like, ding, self-care time or
So,
like whatever.
if it doesn't occur like naturally to you, do you, okay,
No,
first
as in it
question.
occurs subconsciously to me. Like I just do it more so. Or it's like let's say if I have like a fight with somebody, right? Then I'm like, I'm feeling all this angry shit, you know, or like
Yeah.
I'm annoyed at a group mate or something. I'm like
I just
whatever,
want to
right?
go for a walk.
Yeah, and then I'll just go for a walk. Yeah, I mean DIY, I guess, but like it's not like okay, I have to tell myself consciously, oh, like you need to calm down. Okay,
Yeah.
you need to do something. I just maybe it's my body's like reaction of just doing it. I mean, my body's taking care of myself, I guess. Yeah. So
No, I asked because burnout is a real thing.
okay.
And like if you're that busy, chances are the risk of burnout is a lot higher. So
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So what happens when you experience burnout? Is your first instinct to just deal with the situation and just push through it? Or will your subconscious kick in and then after that you start forms of self-care?
I'll probably cry first.
Real?
Yeah, like
Real.
Like the first
Yeah,
step is always
yeah,
crying.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
second step, yeah, maybe cry. So sometimes a long shower, cry.
Then like mixes with the water, then
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it
correct,
doesn't
100%.
ruin the face.
No, or
yeah.
like, or like before bed, whatever, right? But anyways, do I push through or do I just like? You mean is it a subconscious thing or do I like
because
push through?
because for me,
Yeah.
even if I feel tired,
Yeah.
or like I look tired, my instinct is not to get self-care. My first instinct is not to get
Or
self-care.
like you keep pushing yourself
It's
to the point until
to
it
the point
breaks.
until I really cannot take
Yeah,
it
yeah.
anymore, then self-care
Yeah.
becomes then self-care steps in. But up to that point, I would just keep pushing through the work, which is not a
yeah.
very healthy mindset, admittedly. But like that's how I operate.
No,
So
but
I'm
I
curious
think
to
I
know.
think I share the same mindset as you though. Yeah, like I think I pushed through just because like most of the time it's just a responsibility.
Yeah.
Or rather, I feel the need to push through because it's, put it bluntly, I'd feel more shit if I didn't follow through than if I did, and if I and then also doing it to the best of my ability, all of that talk. So I think I would push through to
Yeah.
the point where like I guess it's breaking point in a sense, and then you break down, and that's when the self-care comes in, I guess. But I will say that like it's not, as in I think it's something that I think over time you also learn what your breaking point, like you get used to what your breaking point
Yeah.
is, so you also
Yeah.
know when it's nearing, or you also know how to protect your own peace, like girls set those boundaries or whatever, and be like, hey, like I won't do this anymore, like very much workaholic, right? And then it was
Yes,
only
yeah.
until a certain point where I think I was talking to my boyfriend. We were talking like a good discussion about it, and he was like, "Hey, you're overwork. Like you keep overworking yourself, and you keep falling back into that cycle. It's always happened all these years since school and since he's known me." And I was like, "Huh? Like I mean, you're right, but I always felt a need to like just push through and like we move, right? But
Yeah.
but like." We move, but in a bad way, in a
Yeah,
sense, yeah.
yeah.
So we don't
We
move,
we
yeah.
crawl,
correct,
we struggle,
correct,
but we
yeah.
move.
So
Yeah.
that's why after that, it's like okay, certain boundaries, like okay, I don't call like after like I cannot do any calls after
Real.
10. I
Good,
just the
good.
stupid when to meet, right? I
Yeah.
just put nope,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
available.
yeah.
Like
The
you
whole
can't tell
night-
me shit, okay?
Yeah, 10 p.m. doesn't exist.
Yeah,
we
they
move
always
on.
do until like 12. I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
I ain't calling after like 9:30, 10, unless it's really necessary. But even then, I'd rather not. Yeah, even dinner, like I would really not want to touch it. If it's like 6, 7 o'clock, that's really the latest. Yeah, that I'd want to do it. Of course, admittedly, uni is different. Everybody also has different schedules, yada yada. But I think that's just my form of like, okay, now I know. I don't want to put myself in that like, I have to do this and I have to do that. And I'm just focused on work, yada yada yada. So that's maybe part of a self-care routine, or could just be protecting my sanity at that point. It's a mix of
yeah,
both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so, yeah.
I do think I do like the point that you brought up where you need to know your boundaries. You need to know
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
limitations. Because for me personally, I like to push the boundaries. So
Okay,
if let's say
okay.
other people work a 5-day week, can I work a 6-day week?
Yeah.
For a sustained period of time, and then how long can I? So it becomes a challenge to myself.
So
But-
how's that going for you?
People have come up to me and told me I look tired.
Yeah.
Case in point yourself.
Yeah.
So
Ding,
maybe
ding, ding. Yeah.
so maybe
But
that's
how do
not.
you feel?
How do
about
I
it?
feel? I
Yeah.
do feel a bit tired, but I do think it's rewarding to know that I can push myself to higher and higher limits each time without breaking. Like yes, I'm
Okay.
tired.
Yeah.
Yes, my body's a bit fatigued, but I think I'm still taking care of myself well enough such that I can continue. So I think it's not just an understanding of your boundaries, but understanding how much you could push, and if you want to push, how do you sustain it such that you don't compromise other forms of health, whether it's physical health or mental health. So for me, it's like my self-care routines have helped me sustain my mental health up to this point.
Okay.
So
okay.
even though
so
I
you're
tell
still
people,
like a pretty good state, as in like mentally.
yeah,
emotionally.
yeah, like a mellow state lah.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'm not like, oh my god, Charlotte, I need help.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
breaking down and whatnot. Thankfully, I'm not at that point.
Okay,
If I
okay.
do get that point, then I know how
GG.
to. I know to. Well, GG is one.
Yeah,
Then
okay.
the next step after that is I know how to tailor back.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
So and I will will myself to tailor it back.
Right.
But for now, because of my self-care routines that have been put in place, and also understanding what my boundaries are, how much I can push, I can sustain this 6-day work week for an extended period of time. But of course,
Okay.
there will come a point where you start to ask yourself how much is too much, or
Right.
is it time to stop?
Or like, is it
And-
worth?
Yeah, is it
As
worth
in your
exactly?
trade-offs, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously you have to trade off.
Yeah, yeah.
certain
So I'm just
things,
waiting
yeah.
for those questions to hit me. But when they
Oh,
do,
okay,
when they
okay.
do, then it will force me to have a sit down with myself and really think it out. Maybe I'll start journaling. Maybe I'll start talking to myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
What do I really want in life? What are the goals that I have? Are those really worth it? And if it is worth it, how do I make the struggle less of a struggle? Yeah. So I think all these questions will come in.
But the fact that you know that these questions are coming, why don't you think about it now?
Well, that's a great point, That is a great point.
Maybe after
But-
this episode,
Yeah,
it's giving
yeah,
therapy,
yeah,
like
yeah,
session.
yeah.
It's like, okay, case closed.
Afterwards, you watch me stand in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
what does life mean? Yeah.
Like case closed. Okay, I'll send you the invoice later. See you next week for our weekly appointment.
every week, it's just another form of therapy.
Yeah, it's like we're not friends. It's actually just like both of
This
us-
is actually my self-care routine.
no, both of us
Yeah,
need
yeah.
like therapy, so we just need somebody to bounce off. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but-
clearly we need therapy, but maybe you guys don't. And maybe you guys have different forms of self-care, and we'd love to hear all about it. So if you enjoyed this episode and you also want to contribute, you want to let us know what your self-care routines are, you can drop it down in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and where else can they find us?
You guys can also find us on Instagram at tifupod squad. We're releasing a post every Wednesday, 7 p.m., as well as an Instagram story where you guys can yap to us with all your different ideas, respond to our stories. Our lovely co-host over here is creating those for you. So show some love by liking, by reposting, by sharing, yada, yada, yada. This is all coming from the boomer, and I'm sure you guys know better than us. So check us out every Monday, 7 p.m. for our IG story, every Wednesday for a new video, new post as well at 7 p.m. And yeah, and maybe next time you guys can take it from us. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Toodles.